episode 56 of This and That and What a Fuck. And in this one I'll be talking about some of the Russian hate programs of the EU. And in this post from more specifically on Russia, sanctions, and that's it. And there's a what a fuck that will make you sit up straight, because idiots in leadership is not only applicable in the EU. We've got our local idiots as well. I do have a bit of an issue with the programs, and that is that the news is thick and fast. As I'm trying to bring you the stuff that you will not see usually on MSM, and as such, it sometimes means that I pick up quite a few pieces that I think is important to know, but the volumes at certain days is quite high. So I am running running late on some stuff. I am ditching stuff, but these are the things that I feel is important that you're aware of. I will not read through all the items in full as I did in the past. I'll just read some captions out of it. You can pause the video and read all of it if you want to. And I'm going to start off with Borrell and the EU. The EU is facing major challenges due to anti-Russia sanctions, Borrell. Now that's what he say, but they keep on with their sanctions. The EU will encounter major challenges due to the sanctions it imposed on Russia over the conflict in Ukraine, the bloc's top diplomat Joseph Borrell has said. These are restrictive measures. We've limited Russia's economic possibilities. As long as Russia's economy is dependent on oil and gas, they'll be needing our technologies. However, Borrell acknowledged that of course we are facing major challenges in the short term. And I'm not going to read further. This is the idiocy that we have to deal with. This guy is still thinking that they can trash the Russian economy. And then there is this, and this is all around this visa stories. It is inappropriate for Russian tourists to stroll in our cities, on our marinas, a senior EU official told the newspaper. We have to send a signal to the Russian population that this war is not okay, it is not acceptable. And I say, fuck you and everybody in your street. We are in an exceptional situation and it requires exceptional steps. We want to go beyond suspending the visa facilitation. The official stated that additional restrictions could be adopted by the end of the year. Listen, I'm going to lose my temper. By the end of the year, the EU will be a third world. Now we get to Russia. The armed forces of Russia are being strengthened with almost 140,000 soldiers. There will be more than 2 million of them. The decree was signed by Vladimir Putin and it enters into force on January 1, 2023. And then there was a lot of these commentators that are idiots that made a big story about this. But this increase in manpower was already voted for by the Duma in 2018. Experts say the Russian economy and military would collapse at the end of March if Russia didn't capture all of Ukraine by then. Putin must really love these Western experts who write fantasies about things they want to happen and not about the actual reality. And that is the truth. They've got dreams. Michael Bulletin, former owner and CEO of the tractor plant concern KTZ, has pleaded guilty embezzling 90 million rubles from a 5.2 billion ruble contract of the Ministry of Defense for the design and development of the Kurganets 25 Advanced Infantry Fighting Vehicle. Well, good luck for him. He's going to go, it's not going to be warm and cozy where they take him. RS-28 Samad ICBM travels at speed of Mach 21. From Russia it will take 1 minute 46 seconds to reach Berlin, 2 minutes to attack Paris, 2 minutes and 2 seconds to destroy the UK, 18 minutes to destroy New York State. One single Samad ICBM can destroy the size of France, 551,500 square kilometers. This is ugly stuff. And then there's this bit of good news. Russian manufacturer present active prosthesis to children from Kyrgyzstan. The company Motorica and the Ministry of Labour of the Republic held a seminar for orthopedic enterprises of the country. 2 boys were handed their first active traction prosthesis, which will help in studies, sports and everyday life. And I like it. And they try to tell us that Russia is actually in the Stone Age. And this was something that was strange. I haven't seen any more about it. Chief of Russian oil giant Lukoil dies. Ravil Maganov, the chairman of the second largest oil producer in Russia, has died after falling from a hospital window in Moscow. Maganov had worked in the company since 1993, taking charge of its refining, production and exploration. He became chairman in 2020 before being treated for a severe illness, according to the company's statement. Reports say the police have launched the investigation, and then there was a lot of commentators that are talking all types of shit. Putin had the man killed and things like that. And as one commentator said, if Putin wanted this man dead, he would definitely not throw him out of a window. Amsterdam. The Dutch city of The Hague on Thursday said it would ask for a temporary exemption of EU sanctions against Russia as it struggles to find a replacement for its contract with the Russian gas supplier Gazprom. And there it is. Now there's a city that wants out of the sanctions. Belgian beer boycott as breweries raise the bar in Russia. Iconic beer brands Leffe has brewed up a storm as production of its beverage started up in Russia, leaving the Ukrainian foreign ministry hopping mad. Leffe's beer case speaks volumes. There is a growing campaign for boycotting this product in Belgium, coming from its most loyal consumers. 7 factories across Russia resumed production. And of course Kiev and those Zazis will have a lot to say, but life goes on. Business is business. More on the sanctions. EU city wants exemption. The Hague has revealed it will ask EU to grant it a temporary exemption. Now, what are the chances that they will grant it that exemption? And this is also about The Hague. Makes me laugh. Russian corporate profits jumped in the second quarter, defying sanctions. Mission failed. We'll get them next time. Western attempts to put Russia's economy on its knees by overwhelming force in form of sanctions appear futile as corporate profits spike by 25%. Sure proof of resilience of the Russian economy, according to the analysts. But the West, they don't look, read or listen. According to the Metsa Tissue, further production freezes are likely as energy costs continue to rise. The company warned that the enforced stoppages are expected to impact consumers as substantial amounts of daily production losses will occur. The company operates a total of 9 paper mills across Europe and sells toilet and tissue paper. There is a risk that there will be problems with paper volumes if this situation continues. But the EU will stay on track. You won't have toilet paper and you will be happy. Sanction war not going as well as planned. Harsh sanctions imposed on Russia by the West over the conflict in Ukraine have so far been unable to deliver the desired result, The Economist magazine has acknowledged. Russia's GDP will shrink by 6% in 2022, reckons the IMF, much less than the 15%. And you can read the rest if you want to. I saw an article this morning that shrinkage is now estimated to be 2.5%. Turkish media is claiming American companies that have left Russia are now seeking to circumvent the sanctions imposed by offering Turkish companies commission to conduct trade on their behalf with Russian counterparts. And of course it will happen. And this one just made me smile. China is aggressively reselling Russian gas to Europe. And in one of my other Skidmarks I showed the map how the things are traveling. Those Europeans are stupid, stupid, stupid. And then here we've got this Ursula von der crazy. It is time to introduce price ceiling for Russian gas in the EU. The European Commission will soon announce this initiative. Head of Ursula von der Leyen. How the fuck is this woman so powerful? But Romans 6 verse 7, stupid people must suffer. G7 agrees Russian oil price cap. Okay, they have agreed. But now how the hell will they implement it? Let's wait and see. US wants to seize a Russian corporate jet. The US Justice Department announced on Wednesday it has obtained a warrant to seize a Boeing 737 owned by Russian oil major Lukoil. The American-made aircraft flew in and out of Russia in violation of the Department of Commerce sanctions against Russia, court documents cited. The plane is a $45 million Boeing 737 bearing the tail number VP-CLR and is believed to be in Russia. So how the fuck do they want to seize it? But this is the thing. They are stealing Russians' assets and Russians' money. They have stolen the Russian foreign assets. This is what the West has turned into. They are robbers. That's what they are. Thieves. US government prohibits the sale of AI chips to China. And I have read on the other media that there is now Chinese companies that are struggling due to this. Now, let's see what the Chinese are going to do back. We confirm our joint political intention to finalize and implement a comprehensive prohibition of services which enable maritime transportation of Russian origin crude oil and petroleum products globally. And they are referring here to the insurance stories and so, and I handled it in a previous Skidmark. The Russians and the Chinese and the Indians has already started doing their own insurance. So who is losing? Lloyd's of London. They are the losers. The price cap will advance our two key objectives. The first, of course, is reducing revenues that Putin needs to continue waging his war, and the second is maintaining a reliable supply of oil to the global market. And what a heap of shit is that. First of all, there's no way they can really enforce that price cap. And secondly, as Putin has said and Medvedev has said, put the price cap and there will be no gas in Europe. I firmly believe that this is now the time for a price cap on Russian pipeline oil. And this is Ursula von der Leyen. That Ursula von der crazy, I don't know how they think they're going to make this work. And then there's this, sanctions a lot. Thanks a lot. Welcome to Sanctions Heat Russia, where prices are down as Brits suffer. Now this has been in the newspapers, and there's been a lot of stories about it. And here is the bigger image of the things that the Sun newspaper compared. Doesn't look good for the UK, does it? And then there's this. Can't believe there are still people in the UK who think the EU is going to solve their problems. The same EU that follows batshit orders from the US breaks its own economies with sanctions, promotes a proxy war it will lose, defends blatant fascism. I don't know where that is going to end. And then we get to the what if. Now read and listen to this shit. Only in South Africa. Our forefathers wore animal skins because South Africa was not this cold. But whites came with their gadgets and now we have these cold fronts, says the Minister of Department of Agricultural, Forestry and Fisheries. Can you fucking believe that? What a fuck is that? And that is a whole minister. That IQ must be somewhere between 60 and 70. And on that note, please subscribe, like and share the thing. Thank you for your support.